my name is Milan, and I'll be demonstrating the setup guide for SITL, so just follow this guide along with the video. So first, we will install Windows Subsystem for Linux. So to do that, we're going to search for PowerShell. We're going to run as administrator, and then we are going to just install WSL with this command. So you're going to use this command here. Then you just hit enter, and that'll install WSL. And then you'll set your username and password, and you won't be able to see anything as you type your password. So just note that. And we'll leave this, and now we'll open PowerShell just as normal. Open WSL, and just give it some time. And then you'll see something like this. So WSL is now opened, and we'll now use WSL to set up the Gazebo simulation and and Q ground control. So what we'll do is we're going to go to our home directory, doing this, and then we're going to download the source code, PX4 autopilot source code. This is the software we're going to use to control the drone. So we download that with this command, and then we also run this command to install Gazebo. And then we're going, after you do that, you would just exit WSL, and then you're going to just shut it down, and then after shut down, reopen it, and then after that, then you'll go to your PX4 autopilot folder. Just do that, and we have that here, the newly installed, and we're going to test the environment using this command. So do that, and then after that, hopefully no errors. If you do get an error, retry steps A through F, and just make sure Wi-Fi speed is a good Wi-Fi speed. 5 megabytes per second or faster should work. So download Q ground control, and we'll connect ground control to WSL. In order to do that, we're going to get the IP address of the WSL. So we have it here. We're going to copy this, and then we're going to open Q ground control. So we'll open it up, and just give it a second. And then once it is open, we're going to go to application settings, and then we will go to comlinks, and then we'll go to we'll add a new link. So I've already done that here, just to show. So just do name it WSL and just do it the same as I did here. So WSL, switch to UDP, change the port to as it says there, and then paste that address here, add it, and then after that you'll just click save, and I have the same thing up there, so let's delete this, but then you would just click connect, and now your ground control is connected with your WSL. So now we're going to simulate the VTOL. We're going to show how everything works. So we're going to simulate the VTOL with this command. So I'll put that in here. So now we're going to generate our simulation, and it's going to generate a window here, and so do that.
Hold flight mode.
And what you should see is now your window looks like this, which is the same here. So that's good. And then we'll just test everything out. We'll just arm the drone and then have it take off. So go to terminal. We're going to arm the drone.
Armed.
And then we're just going to have it take off.
Take off flight mode.
So yeah, it'll just do that. We'll see here, the drone takes off, and you can follow it by right-clicking on it, and then click follow. So now we're following the drone, and yeah, so it'll just take off. So next, what we'll do
Hold
is
flight mode.
we're going to run MAVSDK with Gazebo simulation and Q ground control. MAVSDK is just the API we'll use to have the drone do different functions like VTOL transition or run a certain mission. So we'll use MAVSDK for that. So keep this terminal tab open for PX4, and we're going to open a new terminal tab. And in this one, we're going to open WSL again, and we'll go to our home directory, and and we're going to install MAVSDK using these commands here. So just do that and get the examples with these commands. So once that's done, so then we'll go to our examples folder. So we'll do that, and we're going to build a takeoff and land example with these commands. So first, go to your takeoff and land folder, then build, run these commands to build, and I've already done that. And then we're going to run this build, this command. We'll do that.
Takeoff flight mode.
And so now the drone is going to go to, it's going to take off, and then it's going to land right after. So that'll just happen there. And so
Hold flight mode.
Now what we'll do is we're going to install Microsoft Visual Studio Code. This is just the IDE
Land flight mode.
The IDE we'll use to interact with MAVSDK with the library. So we're going to download VS Code with this link, and then we're going to open VS Code up, and then we're going to install the WSL extension. So just click here to go to extensions, search for WSL. And it will be right over here, WSL. Click AOC install, so I've already installed it, so just click install. And then, once that's done, go back
Hold
to your
flight mode.
WSL, and then go to your PX4 autopilot directory, which is right over here. First we'll end this by doing Control-C, so we ended the simulation. And then we're
Communication lost.
Autopilot directory. So then what you'll do is you'll do code dot to open a PX4 autopilot in VS Code. So just run just run this to do that. I can't do it because I'll get some problems. But so you would just do that, and then that's gonna open up VS Code, and at the bottom right corner it will say install extensions. So just do that, and then you can use VS Code to implement SITL. So, and we'll demonstrate that right now. So we're going to edit a MAVSDK example using VS Code. So I will show that. So we're going to be editing the VTOL transition example. So open VS Code app in Windows. So and then connect to WSL if it doesn't show you're connected. So for us, we're connected, but just to show what I'll do here, I'll close the remote connection. And this might be your startup window. So what you would do is you just go to connect to WSL, and then it'll be connecting here. And so now we are connected, and we'll open the MAVSDK folder here. So I'll open that, and so we have that opening. And what we'll do is we'll do Control caret to open the terminal. So I have that open here. Or should have opened, but you could also just click here, click terminal, and so that will open up terminal as well. And so we're just going to go to our VTOL transition example, and then we're going to build it here, which I've already done, and it won't work as it is, so we're going to have to modify it. So what we'll do is we'll go to our the CPP file for this example. So I'll search here for it, and it'll show right here. So just go to it, and then it'll open up here, and then what we'll do is we're going to add this line of code above line 86, which I've already done here, this one here, and then I just made note of the change right here, new line added, just to keep track of it. So I've done that, and then we'll also, in line 94, we'll change the sleep time from 10 seconds to 20 seconds. So I've done that. And then once you do all these changes, make sure to save, Control S to save, and then we'll rebuild the example. So run this line in terminal, right over here, and then so before running the example, we gotta change another parameter in PX4 autopilot. So we gotta open that. So to open a new window, you can go to here, File, and then Open New Window. You can also do Control-Shift-N. So yeah, I'll open a new window, and then we'll just do the same thing. Connect to WSL, and then just give it some time, and then I will open the PX4 autopilot folder. So I'll open that, and then, so this will open up, and now what we'll do is we're going to search for this file here. So this is the parameters for the VTOL. This is what we're going to have to edit. So I'll go to there, search it up, and then it'll be right here. Click on it, and then it will open up here. So the parameter we need to change is this one. So I'll do that, and I will search for it, doing Control F to search for the parameter. So here it is, VTOL airspeed blend, and we'll just change this value from 8 to 4, which I've already done. And then after that, just Control S to save, and then run the simulation again. So run this in terminal. So I'm going to open up terminal. Run this here. I'm going to reopen it. And then we're going to keep the simulation window open, and then we're going to go to our MAVSDK window here. This one here. So our MAVSDK window here.
Communication regained.
What we'll do is we're going to run the example that we've just built. So I'll do that. I'm going to run this example. And
take
now,
off flight mode.
what we'll see is, so I'll have this Gazebo simulation here. So I have this, and I'll just follow it like this. So now we're going to have our VTOL
hold
take
flight
off.
Mode.
And then what it'll do is it'll just transition from multi-copter mode to fixed wing mode, and then it'll just go a certain path. It'll take this path, and then it'll transition back to multi-copter, and it'll just land. So yeah, so that is everything, the basic stuff for SITL. So yeah, thank you.